In this scenario, a client meets with a domestic violence advocate for a local agency that provides low-cost to no-cost counseling for individuals and their families. This is the fourth time that they have met. The client has been in her relationship for 2 years. She does not have children. The violence has taken all shapes and forms. She wants to break up with her partner and is not quite sure how to do so. She does not fear for her life if she breaks up, but she is concerned that her partner would make problems for her at work and in her community. Hi, Liv.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm feeling pretty intense. Things have kind of gone downhill since I was here last time.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I know last time we talked, you and Kelly had just gotten engaged, and you were rather excited about plans that you had for your life. So tell me, what has happened? What's shifted?
I think that we've just sort of fallen back, you know. I was really hopeful that, you know, with the proposal also came the promise to, you know, work on the relationship and work on her anger and work on, you know, being the couple that we hope to be. And that it's not happening. It's not happening. We're right back to where we were.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know you were excited, you were feeling hopeful for change, and I don't get that same sense from you right now. In fact, it seems like you're feeling pretty sad and maybe even a little hopeless about the situation. Well, how can I be helpful and supportive and useful to you right now?
I don't know how to make change. I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to get out. I don't know how to, I can't do it anymore.
So you've decided to make a change, and in fact, it sounds like you've decided to leave the relationship?
I don't know. I mean, I want to. I don't want to be in it, but I don't know how to get to not being in it.
So you're thinking about it. It's not that you've committed or decided that you absolutely want to leave the relationship, but correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is you want to make a change and you don't want this relationship as it is right now. What are, when you think about changing, what ideas, I mean, I guess you mentioned leaving, what other possibilities or thoughts have you had about change and what that might look like?
I don't know. It just feels so overwhelming when I think about it. I can't seem to find a way out of it, and that feels ethical. It feels like it, you know, I don't want to hurt her. I just don't want to be in this relationship anymore.
Why don't you want to be in this relationship anymore?
It's not healthy. I'm not happy. I can't imagine that she's happy even though she says she is. It's, you know, we're fighting constantly. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells with her. She's overprotective. It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right, yeah. And so, so what would feel right?
Oh, that's a huge question. I just don't, I'm not sure. Just this isn't right.
So the way things are is not right. It's not working. You don't feel supported. This isn't the kind of relationship that you want or that you had hoped that it would be.
Yeah. I mean, when we started, it was lovely. She was amazing. She was this super caring and thoughtful woman, and you know, we were lots of same interests, you know, same friends. It's, you know, she was just fantastic, and I don't know where that changed, and I feel like we did this on again, off again stuff, and it just seems to like, it's just not right. And I know I don't deserve to be treated this way. I know that I'm better than that.
You really value yourself and your well-being and your spirit, and It sounds like you don't feel like you're taking good care of yourself by staying in this relationship. And even though things started out well, they haven't turned out to be the kind of relationship that you want for yourself.
No, but, but she's lovely and I love her and I can't imagine my life without her in it.
So you're feeling torn.
Yeah.
You're torn between your love and affection for her and your sense of honoring yourself.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of mixed feelings. And you are saying that you need something to change. That sounds like you're able to kind of hold that complexity, if you will, that you've got these strong feelings for this person, and you don't feel like this is a good relationship for you.
No. Yeah. I think it's good for either one of us.
For both of you. Yeah. Well, so then you've talked a little bit about leaving. I mean, tell me more about what you've thought about, and when you think about making a change in terms of leaving, what might that look like for you?
I don't know. I mean, it feels... I just can't imagine my life without her in it. So the idea of not having her there feels really scary. And the idea of staying the way it is and things not changing feels even scarier. So I don't know how to, and I don't even know how I would do that. Our lives are so intertwined. I mean, my business, our friends, the queer community is so small. That's my family. Those are not just my friends. That's my family as well. And so it just, how do you extract yourself from that in a way, for me, like in a way that I feel that I'm doing that with grace and respect for her and respect for myself.
What thoughts do you have about how you do that? How do you extract yourself? How might you extract yourself in a way that has some integrity and grace, as you said?
I don't even know. I mean, I've talked to my friend Jay about it, and I don't know. He suggested like a break, but I don't know. I just don't want to get caught in that on again, off again before, like like we've done before. But the idea of a break feels a little less. I don't know. Maybe more gentle. I don't know.
Say more. A little more gentle.
I don't know. To give us both time to really think about it, and I don't know. Maybe she'll change. Maybe if I'm, if this is it, like if this break is it, maybe she'll be able to change.
I heard you say that moving on and having a life without Kelly is really scary. In fact, it's almost impossible for you to imagine what that would look like, especially with the way that your lives are so intertwined. I also heard you say that the thought of not making a change is scarier. And I was wondering if you could say a little bit more about what you mean by that.
It's just, I feel exhausted. I feel like I'm not who I was when I came into this relationship. I feel like I'm constantly struggling to make her happy, and that just doesn't work. There's nothing I can do. And I feel like I've lost my joy, and I don't know. I'm just afraid of what will happen if I just keep staying in a place where I feel like I'm falling apart piece by piece.
Yeah, so you're concerned about your own well-being and your own joy and your spirit if you stay and don't make this change, and that's the part that's really scary for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned that your friend suggested possibly taking a little break, and you said that was a scary thought for you, and I guess I'd like to hear more additional thoughts you might have about that as an option for you.
Well, it seems like, I mean, if it could happen, if we could find a way to make it happen, that it would just give me some time to think about like what I want and what I need, and I feel like I can't sort out what's me in this anymore. And so, like, if I had that space just to sort of breathe and not have to worry about her feelings and taking care of her and just being able to focus on myself for a little while, I don't know, it seems like that would be helpful.
It sounds like you're feeling like you're so in it, just so in the mixed emotions and the sense of hopelessness and sadness and disappointment that it's really hard for you to see out of it. And an advantage, a reason to take a break would be just to give you a moment to breathe and look around and collect yourself and not be so stuck in that ambivalence, if you will, that sense of not knowing.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd love to ask you to take a look at this ruler here. I just kind of wrote this down really quickly, but on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not motivated at all and 10 being extremely motivated, how motivated would you say you are to take a break in your relationship right now?
Oh, like 6?
6, so somewhat motivated.
Yeah.
Why a 6 and not a 1?
Because I know I need it. I feel like I'm losing myself, so I feel like it's important.
Yeah. Well, so why a 6 and not a 9 or a 10?
Because I'm not sure how to make it happen. Yeah, I don't know.
So it's important to you, and you're not maybe fully confident or sure about the how part, how to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, kind of following up on that, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not confident at all, 10 being extremely confident, how confident are you that if you decided to take a break from your relationship with Kelly, you would be successful at making that happen?
Oh, I don't know, maybe like a 3 or a 4.
Okay, so less confident, or a little less confident than you are motivated. Why a 3 and not a 0?
Because I want it. I mean, I do. It's something I want.
And so wanting it makes you feel confident that you, confident to some extent that you could actually make it happen.
Yeah.
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 Well, why a 3 and not an 8 or a 9?
I can't control her. I don't know how she would react, and I don't want any more arguments and anger, and and I don't want to hurt her. So,
So when you think about taking this break, you're also thinking about how she might respond and what she might do, and that creates this whole other kind of set of worries, and it undermines your sense of confidence on some level.
it creates a lot of anxiety for me.
Yeah. What do you think needs to be different in order for you to feel more confident about successfully being able to take a brief break?
I think I like maybe a plan, like just knowing what the rules are, sort of like where I want to go with it, and what I don't know, what I want to accomplish.
So thinking through an actual plan, like what you would say, how long, what the boundaries are, might help you in that regard.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one final question on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not ready at all, and 10 being extremely ready. How ready would you say you are to commit to taking some kind of brief break in let's say, the next couple of weeks?
I think an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
So pretty ready.
Yeah.
And you've spoken to this already a little bit, I believe, but I'll ask you again, why an 8 and not a 1 or a 2?
Because I know if I just let it drag out, that I'm going to be miserable.
So your sense of readiness is actually really connected to your motivation. That is, that this is something you know that you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't, things are not going to get any better. And that makes you both motivated and even more ready.
Yeah.
Well, why an 8 and not a 10?
It's, it's scary. Change is hard. And thinking about not being with the woman I thought I was going to marry, it's sad, makes me sad.
Yeah. So your emotions, your sense of maybe sadness and grief and disappointment around this detract from your sense of readiness in some way.
Sort of giving up on a dream.
Yeah, and so another aspect then to your whole experience is that you're grieving. The relationship isn't even over yet, but you're grieving the dream and the hopes that you had, and that's a heaviness and certainly a factor in what you do next.
Yeah.
Well, if I could take just a moment and make sure I've captured and understood everything you've shared with me, and I know this is really difficult to talk about, so I really appreciate you spending the time to share with me what this has been like for you. You've been feeling stuck, and things were great for a while. You had some hope that things were going to change, and now you are realizing that Kelly is not going to change, and that you are suffering in the process, that you are really being kept from your aspirations and your dreams in a lot of different regards. You know that you need to make a change. You want to make a change. And you have a lot of mixed feelings about this change. You know it's what you want to do. It's the right thing for you. And you still really care and love Kelly. And you're also concerned kind of on an outer level about your business, about your community, about your family and your friends, and how they may be affected by a breakup. In order to make this more manageable, you're thinking maybe in terms of smaller change, like taking a small break as opposed to breaking off the relationship. And you feel like you're pretty ready. You're somewhat, you're motivated, and it may be a little less confident. But you also said that if you were able to maybe think through a concrete plan, that might help you feel more confident.
Yeah.
And that's certainly something that we could do together next time we meet, if that's all right with you. I'd be happy to hear your ideas, maybe even share some suggestions with you about a possible plan.
That'd be great.
Would that be all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time, Liv. I really appreciate it.